Hello kids! Welcome to Tirad Pass Network, DepEd TV Teleskwela, kanlungan ng kaalaman tungo sa kahusayan at kaunlaran. Tara na! I am Teacher Luz, your guide for today's session in Grade 6 Science. Get ready and join me as we start learning our lesson right at the comfort of your home. Go grab your pen and paper and let's get started! This week's episode in Quarter 2 is anchored from our most essential learning competencies, which is explain how the organs of each organ system work together. In today's lesson, you are expected to identify the different organs of the circulatory system and describe the parts and functions of the circulatory system. Before we start with our lesson, here are some reminders. Watch carefully and listen attentively. Get ready for your journal and pen to be able to take down notes of important concepts about the lesson and for answering exercises. Put your hand on your chest. Can you feel your heartbeat? Today's discussion is about the system where heart is one of its main organs, and this is the circulatory system. The circulatory system is the transport system of the body. It is also known as the cardiovascular system. Circulatory system is responsible for the distribution of blood and other nutrients throughout the body. It carries food, oxygen, and water to all your body cells. It picks up carbon dioxide and other waste that body cells make. It also carries this waste to body organs that get rid of them. The major organs of the circulatory system are the heart, the blood, and the blood vessels. The heart is the pumping organ of the circulatory system. It is located at the center of your chest, slightly tilted to the left. It keeps the blood moving throughout the body. The heart beats about 3 billion times during an average lifetime. At rest, the average heartbeat is 60 to 100 times per minute. But as you exercise, your heart beats faster. It is because you need more oxygen and energy as you exercise. Therefore, your heart should contract faster to deliver the oxygen needed by the body cells. The heart has 4 chambers, the left and right atrium, which are responsible for receiving used blood coming from all parts of the body, and the left and right ventricles, known as the pumping chamber. When it contracts, oxygen-rich blood is forced away from the heart for the distribution to the different parts of the body. Between atrium and ventricles are valves, the overlapping tissue that allows blood to flow in one direction. The blood is the liquid part that is constantly flowing throughout the body. It is composed of a liquid part called plasma, a clear yellowish fluid that makes up the rest of the blood's volume. Plasma is made in the liver. Moreover, the solid parts of the formed components, which are the red blood cells, known as erythrocytes, are produced in the red marrow bone. Their function is to carry oxygen from the lungs and transport it to the body parts and remove carbon dioxide and other waste. It contains hemoglobin, a substance which is rich in iron and gives the blood a red color when it combines with oxygen. The white blood cells are sometimes referred to as leukocytes. They are generally bigger than the red blood cells, but are fewer in number. There is about 1 white blood cell for every 500 red blood cells. They are said to be the soldiers of the body because they protect and defend the body against diseases and infection. White blood cells are also produced inside the bone marrow. In the presence of an infection or injury, the bone marrow increases the production of white blood cells. Platelets or thrombocytes are fragments that are relatively smaller and are irregular in shape. They play an important role in blood clotting. When some blood tissues are damaged due to a wound or cut, the platelets help form blood clots to prevent the loss of blood and close up wounds. Lack of platelets in the blood can cause excessive bleeding. Clench your fist tightly. Do you see the blue-green lines under your skin? These are the blood vessels. The blood vessels are the vast networks of small tubes that carry blood throughout the body. There are three kinds of blood vessels: the arteries, the veins, and the capillaries. The arteries carry blood away from the heart. All arteries deliver oxygen-rich blood to all body parts except for the pulmonary artery, which carries oxygen-poor blood to the lungs. Arteries have thick walls that enable them to withstand increased blood pressure. The smallest arteries are called arterioles, and they are thinner than a strand of thread. Veins carry blood from the different parts of the body back to the heart. The blood carried by veins containing carbon dioxide and other waste except for the pulmonary veins, which carries oxygen-rich blood from the lungs to the heart. The walls of the veins are thinner and less elastic than arteries. The smallest veins are called venules. The smallest blood vessels are the capillaries, which connect the arterioles and venules. They have very thin walls that allow the exchange of materials from blood to the body parts and vice versa. Oxygen and nutrients are transported from the blood to the body parts, while carbon dioxide and waste leave the body parts and enter the blood. To sum up the concepts of today's lesson, circulatory system is composed of heart, blood, and blood vessels. The blood is the liquid part that is constantly flowing throughout the body. Blood is also called the river of life. The heart is known as the pumping organ of the body. The blood vessels are the vast networks of small tubes that carry blood throughout the body. Healthful nutrition, exercise, and positive outlook in life are essential in order to make the circulatory system healthy. Now that you learned about the circulatory system, let's have an exercise to find out if you really understood our lesson. Write your answers on your science journal. You are given 10 seconds to answer each number. The direction is, choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. Which blood vessel carries blood from the lungs to the heart? A. Vein. B. Artery. C. Capillary. D. Aorta. Your time starts now. And the answer is A. Vein. Let's have number 2. Which of the following blood components provide the major defense for our bodies against invading bacteria and viruses? A. Red blood cells. B. White blood cells. C. Platelets. D. Plasma. Your time starts now. And the answer is letter B, white blood cells. Number 3, the following are ways to keep the circulatory system healthy except A, live in a clean environment. B, avoid smoking cigarettes. C, have positive outlook in life. Letter D, eat plenty of fatty and salty foods. Your time starts now. And the answer is letter D, eat plenty of fatty and salty foods. Number 4, what do you call the smallest blood vessels in the body? A, artery, B. Arteriole, C. Capillary, D. Venule. Your time starts now. And the answer is letter C, capillary. Number 5. Why is blood important? A. It helps us keep healthy. B. It has water that flows with it. Letter C. It flows like a river. And letter D. It delivers vital nutrients to the body. Your time starts now. And the answer is letter D. It delivers vital nutrients to the body. Did you get the correct answers? Great job to all of you. Kids, we are almost done. Always remember this. A healthy lifestyle is important for the care of the circulatory system. That's it. We have reached the end of the lesson. I hope you learned a lot from today's session. Thank you very much for tuning in. Once again, I am Teacher Luz. Have a great day.